The backbone of the four-wheel jamborees are often the weekend warriors, the chrome and candy apple of the show and shine, the sultans of slop who battle the mud bog, and the manic mechanics who pilot the stock tough trucks. Up next, it's a double dose of mechanized mayhem. From the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio, O'Reilly Auto Parts presents the 34th Annual Ohio Four-Wheel Jamboree Nationals. Today we're going to take you through the entire class of stock tough trucks. But before we get into the actual match races, we're going to take you back to Friday morning where these guys got started with some practice sessions. Guys and girls, I should say. Rachel Faust, you saw there in the Pretty Penny. We've seen her before. She's taken on Adam Huffman. That's the blue Jeep nearest to this camera. And Rachel Faust, known for getting wild, laid down an awesome pass, but it may not have been good for the truck. She really got aggressive in this practice round. Watch her go.
That is Rachel Faust. Over there on the other side, CMF Off-Road Racing, Adam Huffman. And this is 2 laps.
Now, Huffman was making an awesome pass through the S-curves as they came back around the final turn toward the lane dividers. Watch what Rachel Faust does coming over the start-finish jump. Big hang time, bouncing around. Now, she's got to get into a turn after this jump. Watch the right front.
Oh, there went the right front tire on the purple one.
Blew the right front right there, Rachel Faust.
The right front when she lands on that jump.
Now she's trying to make it around the course with a flat right front tire. She did not give up, though, digging up sod out here on the Allen County Fairgrounds under the Ohio sun as Adam Huffman will make his way back around very quickly, but a pretty even match here. Huffman gave up some ground. Faust actually got the better of those 2 times, even with the flat right front. Known for being wild, Rachel Faust starting things off on the right foot. Here in Lima, Ohio, our Tim Howard had a chance to talk to Rachel Faust.
Okay, we're over here with Rachel Faust of the better half of the Faust racing team. She went out in practice, and I guess she kind of showed everybody what not to do in the practice. She kind of aired it out over the jump, and she didn't like the other guy beating her. She is the only female here this weekend at the Lima, Ohio Jamboree. So, Rachel, how'd you like practice today?
It was fun. I learned what not to do during my actual timed rounds. But yeah, I just went out there and had a good time. It was my play time and, next time game time. So
should we keep the camera on you for the rest of the qualifying this weekend? Or are you going to go out there, take it easy, and show these guys how it's done in the stock class?
I have a reputation for being a little bit crazy, and I plan on upholding that reputation. So.
Okay, you got it straight from her mouth. Back to you, Nick.
Well, it's already wild after practice. We're going to get right to it. The stock tough trucks go flying when we come back.
This Back Channel Productions program is presented in part by Monsters Monthly. For up-to-date show and ticket info, articles, event breakdowns, and a wide selection of photo and video galleries, visit monstersmonthly.com.
We will four-wheel drive you wild. The O'Reilly Auto Parts Four-Wheel Jamboree roars into the Indiana State Fairgrounds all this weekend, Friday through Sunday. Big, tough, lifted, unstoppable. With shiny rides, muddy tires, the Tough Truck Challenge, General Tire Burnout, the UTV Shootout, and lightning fast mud drags. See Bigfoot and the world's top monsters in the General Tire Monster Truck Thunder Drag. Shop and save in the huge performance marketplace. Get discount tickets at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Info at fourwheeljamboree.com. Part of the Lucas Oil Four-Wheel Jamboree Series.
Here at the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio, getting ready for Sunday afternoon Stock Tough Trucks Challenge. But before we get to today's session number 4, we're going to take you back to Friday and Saturday and show you the highlights from 3 sessions of qualifying. We start off with who else but Rachel Faust. as she takes on Brad Talbot, busting loose. Two of the heaviest right feet in this sport. Rachel Faust, however, at this point in the run, is already battling with air pressure problems in that right front tire as she battles one of the toughest in this industry. Brad Talbot, that awesome black Bronco, watching perfectly across the tabletop. Not a bad leap for Rachel Faust, but watch what happens here.
Rachel Faust out there still doing pretty good.
There goes that right front, right off the rim. Now it's stuffed up into the wheel well.
And that is pretty.
Her problems would only get worse as she headed over the berm.
Coming completely off the rim.
Stuffed it right down into the hole behind the berm where they dug up the soil to build that portion of the course. Brad Talbot coming over the finish line, 1 minute and change, about a 1 minute, 1 second run there. Rachel Faust and Pretty Penny. DNF obviously, and she's not coming out of there under her own power, not the way she wanted to start her weekend here in Lima, Ohio. Up next, there's a guy we saw earlier taking on Rachel in practice. That's Adam Huffman in the blue Jeep Cherokee Sport CMF Off-Road. He's taking on another one of her old buddies. That's Doug Powell's out of Pennsylvania, one of the big boys out of the Keystone State. Not afraid to get some air under the Solo Cup Jeep Grand Cherokee. On paper, and at this point, it's promised to be a pretty competitive race. Unfortunately, though, Adam Huffman would end up with a DNF at the end, at the tail end of a very, very competitive run. First lap, you can see how close they are, a little bit of a lead to Huffman. But on the straight, it looked like horsepower was winning out with the Solo Cup entry. Doug Powell's getting after it. Both of them making good runs. Now the lead is going back to Huffman as he enters the S-curve. This should have been a hard charge over the finish line for both of these guys. You can see a little edge to Huffman. Watch in the last corner here. Huffman slide to a stop. I'm not sure what happened over there. Maybe a suspension problem, but Doug Powell, not a bad run in the Solo Cup. Start off his weekend here. Now we're going to take a look at a guy who's been around this game for a while. That is Ed Dinkun in Mean Green, and he likes to ride a fine line between stock and modified. Got a set of buckshots on the front. He ain't worried about any of the racing surface here this weekend. Watch this tire clean out as it spits clay chunks all over the place. Big old Magnum making some thunder here in the stock class. Ed Dinkun laying down a run in Mean Green. Unfortunately, his competitor Mike Andrus, another one of those big boys out of Pennsylvania, would DNF with problems with Mr. Big Bucks, but Mean Green, Ed Dinkun, second place on day number 1. 101.44, good run for the big bad Dodge. Back to the starting line for Saturday. Session number 2, Rachel Faust battling with Dustin Dietrich, who just broke down coming off the starting line. That's all she wrote for that vehicle. Rachel, though, making a little smarter run here today. I'm not saying she's not a smart driver, but she does have a tendency to leave her brain on the starting line.
He's still looking for her first qualified time of the weekend.
Lives through that right foot, still getting after it, though. You can't take anything away from her, but I think she wanted to make sure she got to the finish line. This had become a race of attrition, at least on Friday. Only 5 trucks made times on Friday. Still pretty aggressive on her finish line jump. It was enough for 7th place in that second session of racing in the Stock Tough Trucks Challenge. Number 2, heat number 2 of session number 2, Huffman and Talbot. Pretty aggressive runs for both of these guys. Adam Huffman charging a little harder than he did on day number 1. He wants to make it to the finish line this time. He was very, very competitive, but he ended up not posting a time. Remember that. When he raced Doug Powell on the first day, it did not work out for him. Brad Talbot trying to keep himself in first place, making a very nice run at this point. Little bit of trouble there for Huffman. He's dropping back. Could he make it to the finish line? Very aggressive charge out of the little Jeep Cherokee Sport. some of the most popular trucks in stock tough truck racing. They make awesome tough trucks. You can run them nearly bone stock, and they will motor right around this course. Watch Talbot fly into the finish line. Hard landing in the nose, but that run right there would drop him into second place. Now, his previous run was slower. That run was faster, but Mike Andrus had come on earlier in the day and laid down a faster run. Ironically, they would meet up right here in session number 3. Could Talbot jump back in front of Andrus? That was the question. Mike Andrus, Mr. Big Bucks. Now we're going to get a chance to see that beater Jeep haul around this course, as these two, probably two of the wildest drivers here in Lima, Ohio, taking each other on, fishtailing. Mike Andrus with the lead coming out of the first leg. A little problem there for Brad Talbot, but he comes flying over the jump.
One more lap to go. Mr. Big Bucks on the right.
These are two guys who can tell when they're next to each other, but I guarantee you they're not taking a glance over the shoulder. They are only staring forward as they head for the next obstacle. Andrus, a little bit of fishtailing again, and he is ready for this charge over the finish line. Right there, though, stalls it in the corner, and here comes Brad Talbot with a wild landing. Remained in second, wasn't enough to get him ahead of Andrus. Mike Andrus, even with a slower time here in session number 3, stayed in first place in a 55.87 heading into that session number 3 on Saturday. Rachel Faust running in session 3 again. She was getting a little bit more aggressive than she had earlier in the afternoon. Remember, she had already put this thing in a hole. She'd blown the tires. She'd done just about everything you can do except put the thing on its lid, but she would make a big leap across the finish line into 4th for Rachel Faust. There is a look at the standings. You can see Mike Andrus still on top. Brad Talbot is right on his heels. Then it's Ed Dinkun, Rachel Faust jumping up into 4th, and Marcus Burciega in 5th. So, we will be back. Session number 4 coming up next. Stay with us. Back at the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio, getting ready for the 4th and final session in our Stock Tough Trucks Challenge. Rachel Faust, left of the camera in the right lane, taking on Brad Talbot in the left lane. Good start for both, up the face, down the other side. Pretty Penny off to a good start, but look at Talbot getting after it. Both of them looking real aggressive right now as they head into the S-curves. Brad Talbot with a notable advantage. He'll head toward the lane dividers, the K-rails. Rachel Faust trying to make up some time as she heads around the scoring tent. Brad Talbot looking real smooth once again. Rachel Faust, nice jump right there. That was nearly perfect, but she's dropped back quite a bit. We'll see what she can do. Rachel Faust headed toward the S-curves. Here comes Brad Talbot. He's going to get the fast of these two runs. I already tell problems for Rachel Faust.
The purple one having an issue. That's Pretty Penny over there.
See if she can get it refired. Look at Brad Talbot flying across the finish line. 52.94. New fast time for that big Bronco. Rachel Faust has yet to move in the Pretty Penny machine, and she will have to be towed off. Unfortunately, another DNF. You see her back there hooked up to the loader. Mike Andrus now in the right lane, left of the screen, taking on Adam Huffman in the CMF Off-Road, the blue Jeep Cherokee Sport. All right, driver back in the loader. As soon as he pulls Faust back onto that front stretch, we will be able to let these two guys go. This should be a good matchup right here. Second heat of session 4. Mr. Big Bucks, the silver Jeep, taking on The blue Jeep, that is CMF Off-Road. Lee Collins edging him up to the starting line. Thumbs up, we throw the light.
On the track, CMF Off-Road Racing and Mr. Big Bucks.
Huffman with a little bit of an edge off the start. Pretty even run to this point. Look at Huffman make a perfect leap over that outside tabletop. Neither one of them giving an inch, and a really, really blistering pace for Mr. Big Bucks. Little lead for Andrus coming out of the first leg. Oh, and CMF Off-Road has dropped back. Something going wrong with that Jeep. Mike Andrus is out there all by himself, but he cannot slow down. This is not an elimination bracket. You have to lay down a good time to get to the #1 spot. He needs to beat a 52.94. Can he do it? He's running out of time on the clock. Lay into it, but you don't want to get into those rails. Look at that finish line lead. Getting real wild on that landing. Mike Andrus, 54.88, will put him into second place for the time being. Not going to jump back ahead of Brad Talbot. Watch this again. Pitched it over the jump on the nose and just bounced around. Look at him in the cockpit getting whipped around in the driver's seat. Hanging on for a wild ride. We're right off and going again. Joseph Hibbets there. You saw him on the right lane taking on Ed Dinkun in Mean Green, who appears to be having some kind of a problem right now. Something going wrong with the Magnum.
Actually, all three of his goes were 101.
And he is slowing to a stop right now. Mean Green. Don't tell me he's going to DNF in the final session of the weekend. Joseph Hibbets in this Jeep Grand Cherokee. He's made every one of his runs this weekend. His fastest time so far was on Saturday afternoon, a 102.84.
Still out there, it's Grand Cherokee. Joseph Hibbets. His best time of the weekend so far has been a 106.84.
If he can better that time, maybe move up a little bit.
Grand Cherokee, Joseph Hibbets, up and over.
1 minute change, look at that. He's right on par with where Brad Talbot was in session #1. So, good run. You can see that mud when he came across the finish line there as he entered the front stretch. It did rain here earlier today. Now, Marcus Bursiega in that wild-looking contraption that is called Eep. And this is the most aggressive I've seen him get. Real wide in the corner. That might hurt him. He takes on Alex Kasilowicz, Jeep Underground. He had 2 DNFs this weekend, Friday evening and Saturday afternoon. Laid down a time of 110.84. Session #3 last night. We'll see if he can better that. Bursiega giving him a run right now and Eep. Good run going. Wild landings for that vehicle right there. You hear the pop, and look at that. Marcus Bursiega just pitching it over that jump. Not sure how stock Marcus's truck is, but it is a fun one to watch as he heads around the final corner. Look at that, a lead for Kasilowicz. Good launch for him, nice and even. And Bursiega has a traction bar hanging down. Jeep Underground, 1 minute 44, excuse me, 1 minute .44, I should say. Eep 102 and change. Not a bad run for either one of those guys. Given all things being equal, 102.34 will be the best time for Bursiega. Here are your final standings for the weekend. 52.94 for Brad Talbot. Nobody can touch him. A 55.87 for Mike Andrus. Those are the only 2 guys to get out of the 1 minute range this whole weekend. Then it's Adam Kasilowicz, Joseph Hibbets, both in the 1 minute and change department. Ed Dinkun, not a bad finish for a couple of DNFs this weekend. 101.19 will finish out in the top 5 in 4 sessions. Hey! Little palate cleanser coming up for you when we come back and take a look at some mud highlights. A fresh pit of mud about to be hit with a few thousand horsepower combined here at the Four-Wheel Jamboree Nationals Mud Bog Competition, the Allen County Fairgrounds in Lima, Ohio. This is the Hellraiser, Brad Sally, starting off class number 1. Of course, classes 1 and 2, the street class of Mud Bog, and I don't think you can even see that flagman trying to get him to shut down. The rules state once you cease forward momentum, the red flag comes out a distance of 49 feet 2 inches to set the pace. Not a bad run at all for Brad Sally in the Hellraiser. Up next, this is Jesse Otto, the Brown Willis. This Jeep was the same color going in as it was coming out, and as it comes over the hood, you can see just how soupy this pit is. Red flagged right there, an open concept vehicle, and he got that soup all over him. But he pushed it to a distance of 50 feet, 7 inches. Would it hold, though? For the rest of the class, here comes Jason Otto. This is the Fear None Toyota pickup. A good run going, but not quite enough momentum. 42 feet, 7 inches would put him in 4th place. And another Otto. This is Joe Otto, Raising Hell. Another open concept Jeep. Of course, did not get that shower of mud that Jesse Otto got. 43 feet 1 inch would put him in 3rd place. Now, Brian Osborne starting off class number 3 in the White Ranger. Watch how he attacks the track. Can't even see him in there. You're going to see the driver's side window go down right there. And now he's drifted off onto the bank. Doesn't let up, goes through the timing lights to set a pace of 11.678 seconds. Cleared the pit. Now, if you don't clear the pit, they go by your distance, but he has totally changed the dynamic of the class because just to hope for 1st place, you have to set a time. We've seen this guy before as mud covers the visor of his helmet. That's Jesse Otto and the Brown Willis. Made a better run in this class at 139 feet 6 inches, but did not make it to the timing lights. Would put him in 5th place, though. Kevin Patty, one of the quickest in the class. This is Mistreated. No clue how he can see where he is going, but it does not matter through the lights. 6.179 seconds to take the lead. Here is the Dirty Banana, another Ford Ranger, Aaron Mason. Beautiful looking truck, did not get the run he was hoping for. There's a rather thick pit. You can see even with that windshield wiper going, he probably really can't see where he's going. Starts to climb the bank, he lets out of it. But the truck wants to keep going left. Out of bounds as soon as he hit the stake, Aaron Mason. He'd have to come back and hope for a better run later in the class. Now, one of the volunteers, Scott George, a Tennessee plowboy, another Ford Ranger. Comes out blasting the pit. Covers that windshield, but he keeps on going, bogs down a little bit. We weren't sure he was going to clear the pit. Kept churning and churning, got it off to the right, didn't have to worry about climbing the bank, and he clears the timing light at 19.513 seconds. Good enough for 3rd place. Here's Larry Corbeil, the ultimate flyer, but if you want to be the ultimate flyer, you got to keep it straight. Watch what happens here. Making a pretty good time through this pit, but wipes out the timing light, automatically out of bounds. Now we jump over to Class 2 here on Saturday. Faith Corbeil, this interesting looking specimen here called the Misfit. She would take the victory in Class number 2. Move back to some of these fast vehicles. Here again is Kevin Patty and Mistreated. Class number 5. We're going to do a little bit quicker this time. Pit is a little bit thicker. You can stay up on top of it. 5.319 seconds to start off class number 5 for Kevin Patty. Here comes the Spirit Warrior, Josh Bauer, about to put a lot of horsepower to work in this mud. Looked like a little bit of a bobble on the start. It pulled to the right on him. and that hurt his time pushing through this pit, but he would clear it as the mud churned all over the side of that awesome-looking Jeep. 11.65, 3 seconds for Josh Bauer. Here comes the alter ego, Chad Tolles. GMC pickup. Watch this guy run. Good enough for fourth place at 7.49 seconds. Awesome run for the GMC. Now, Larry Corbill, he had already won Class 4. What could he do in Class number 5? Bouncing, fast run, 3.885 seconds to take the victory. Larry Corbill takes Classes 4 and 5. You saw him purge a little nitrous there at the end. Here is the Jeep. Final class of the weekend, Class number 6. This is the tractor tire class. Larry Betts in this beautiful looking machine. About to churn some serious mud. Windshield wipers on, he is set. Now, as they pick up mud, the vehicle genuinely starts getting heavier from all the mud laying on it. They pick up several hundred pounds of mud as they go through, and that helps to sink these vehicles. He took the win there at 147 feet, 7 inches, and congratulations to the winners in all classes. You see Jesse Otto, Faith Corbill, Kevin Patty, and then 2 for Larry Corbill there in Classes 4 and 5, and then Class 6 belongs to Larry Betts in that awesome-looking orange Jeep with the tractor tires you saw there. Some great racing in the 4-wheel Jamboree Mud Bogs. Our congratulations to Brad Talbot, the busted loose stock tough truck entry for his victory in the stock class. We go back to monster trucks next time here on Monster Power. The final race of the Monster Truck Thunder Drags here in Lima before we move on to Bloomsburg. An awesome weekend of action so far. Do not miss it next time. We will see you again here on Monster Power.